Hey everybody, it's Robin at My Conking Creations. How are you today? On this very cool Wednesday, it's just really cold here. Yeah, I had really good intentions of having all of my petals made for this live, but I got hung up on something, as I always do. I think I have a little bit of ADHD. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, you're going to have a really good lesson in making this petal because I've got 9 of the pink ones done. So I have 16 green and 6 pink to do. So the nice thing is they're all the same. So you're not going to have to worry about, about any, how to do it, because you're going to see it over and over and over again. Okay, I want to show you the board. This is the Unique in the Creek ring board. Now, what I am going to do is a lot of my spring creations that I'm going to be doing for the sale in London are going to be made on this board. So I'm going to get an affiliate link for Unique in the Creek. I did have one, but they changed their system around and I just never bothered because I wasn't really, in the last little bit, I haven't used it that much. I use the big boards for all my character stuff, and I did use that oval board for the Mardi Gras one that I did, the gold one. But normally these are the boards that I use 99.9% of the time. I love these. If you have a door, a customer that has a fairly new door, the nice thing is it won't scratch because it's all, this is what the back looks like when your wreath is done. All you see is the gray with the end of the zip tie, so it's great. But I'm going to be doing an affiliate link. I got to set that up with Lori. So what I'll do, I will post that on my page so that you'll be able to see that. I hope that everybody's seeing this okay. Say hi when you pop in. Remember to float my boat or twinkle the picture or whatever. We're not supposed to say, to share it or whatever, but if you can pass this on to your friends, I would love it. As I mentioned in my email yesterday, for all the gals that live in southwestern Ontario, I am over the moon excited about being a part of the London Spring Craft Show at the Agriplex in London. This is an event that I've been kind of looking at for the last year. I was really like 90% ready to gung-ho for the Christmas sale, but I just couldn't pull it together. I didn't have enough. I overcommitted myself too much. So this year I am really going to try to get into that Christmas one as well. This show is going to be a nice orientation because it's the Thursday before Good Friday from 5 to 9, and then the Saturday or the Good Friday will be like 10 to 3 or something. It's going to be really busy. I'm going to have to take a lot of stuff. I've rented a U-Haul. I'm, getting my poop together so that I can have enough product to go. I will be using this wreath form for a lot of my spring ones that I've done. The tulips, I use this for my tulip wreath. I do spring flowers, the whole bit. I use this board. So, like I said, I'm going to be getting an affiliate link on Unique in the Creek, and so that if you guys want to order some boards, you can use that. So I'll get a little bit back. So, because I do all of these things for you online. I don't charge anything for them. I never will. I show you where I get my stuff. I provide a lot of information. So if you could just use my little affiliate link if you want to buy something from Unique in the Creek, I would love you forever. So we're going to get started. I've got my mesh all cut. So this is what the mesh looks like. And it's called a fuzz check mesh. I did post a picture. I have an Android, so I can't flip my camera around. So the fuzz check mesh, I haven't looked on Craft Outlet to see if it is available this year or not. I did order this last year and I had a bunch left over. So this is the pink, and it looks fairly opaque, but when you get it all together, it lays on top of one another. It's nice. It has a jute in it, so I did cut these with the scissors, but the ends are all folded in, so you don't have to worry. And then here's the green. Isn't that pretty? Well, there's 2 pieces there. It's like a soft sage green. It's beautiful. And with that line in it, I actually ordered this by mistake a couple of years ago, And I bought it to make some sunflower type flowers, but I couldn't use the cut edge because it was just awful. So then I started looking around, and I saw Monkey's Creation had done a petal like this, but with a 10-inch fabric. And I thought, with a 21-inch fabric. And I thought, I'm going to try that with that jute that I got. And sure enough, it worked perfectly for this. Then I kind of made this wreath up. So these are the greeneries that I use. And again, I get these off of Craft Outlet, and I did just order some more, so they still have them. This is a 18-inch leaf pick, and it's I'll give you the number, 62077, S as in Sam, P as in Peter, 16. And it's a fern, and it's got all these things in it. Now, I usually I don't use the whole thing in this. I pull it apart. But these things here, these long things have a wire in them, and so you can just like, I'll just do it quick here. You can just like go around something that's round and pull it. And then it gives you that little funky thing, you know. So I really like these, and I think they're like about $4 or $5 a piece. But again, you don't use the whole thing in this, you pull it apart, so that's great. The hydrangeas that I use, this one, I got this as somebody gave this to me in a bunch of stuff I bought. But they're just the pink hydrangea from Michael's, works perfect. They're like 10 bucks a piece, or use your coupon and you can get the 40% off. And then this is the Swiss dot, and the code is R as in Roger 00165115. This looks really nice with this pink. You can see the pink. It's really nice with everything. They look really nice together. So we're gonna get started. My phone's blowing up because I posted that Mardi Gras wreath. I finished it, and it is like absolutely fabulous. So my phone is blowing up. So if I have a couple of weird things happening, it's just people sending me messages. But both of them are sold, so I can't make any more of that big green one that I did. So the sad news. Okay, so we're going to get started. Again, the fabric is cut 10 by 10. You just cut a square. So if you do use something else, I did use a brighter pink deco. Now this is perfect, guys, if you have a deco mesh that really frays, because you're folding it all in. So if you've got some rolls of stuff that you've bought a few years ago and you haven't been able to use it, it looks nice with the 2 rows of pink. I do have one that I made for a friend for it was like for a charity thing, and I made it because I had some of the mesh left. So if you've got some pink left from a flamingo that you did, this would be the perfect wreath to use that with, because all your ends are all folded in. So actually what this petal is the breast petal for the flamingo that we did, the little bubble petal. That's what this is, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our fabric and put it on a diagonal. We're going to bring the top down, corner down to the middle, and the bottom corner up. I overlap it a little bit so it kind of looks like a little canoe. And then you fold the bottom corner up to the top corner. And then what I've done is I've marked on my board here where I want the bottom of the petal to be and where the zip tie goes, so that you really want to make sure that your petals are all about the same size, okay? So we're going to do that. And we're going to pull that together, making sure that all of our ends are all nicely. And so I'm going to stick my zip tie right where that red line is. Oh, my hands are a little cold. It's a little cool out here. Usually I have the upstairs, there's our garage, we have a apartment, and it's heated up there. So and this garage is heated with an insulated door. I don't have a little heater out here. I think I'm going to probably go get my heater and bring it out. But okay, so that's what you end up looking like. Now, you're going to have some edges that may not have gotten all the way into your fold. So pick the side that you think, and you're just going to pull that together. And then you're going to put your zip tie around. Stick it in there. and then pull it up to the top. So it's going to look like that. Then you just cut that off. And I cut this off right in front of the zip tie. And then that's what you look like. Now I always kind of check it with one that I've done to make sure, and they're pretty close. You want to make sure that they're as close as possible in size, okay? So now I've got a green one. I cut the pink and the green together. So we take the top, we bring it down to the middle, we bring the bottom corner up to the middle, and then fold the bottom corner to the top corner. And then we're going to pull this together, grab our zip tie. Now you could use those little elastics if you want, but as you know, Robin struggles with those little elastics. I don't know if it's because I'm left-handed or what it is, but you could put a little elastic on this one. If you use the zip ties, you'll use 3 zip ties total, because you have to have one to, you know, put it on the frame, right? And then we pull that back piece together. And we pull it. We have it look like that. You know, this, if you've got mesh that you've got that you love, but it's just so hard to use because it frays all over the place, man, I love this petal. I think it looks so nice. Now, the only thing, you really have to use it, like I think, like, you know, whatever that's worth. I think the Unique in the Creek boards is what I use this petal with. It's because it can lay flat on it. On a wire frame, you don't have enough support of the petal with it. So, and you know, really, when you think about it, this is a 16-inch wreath form. That's what the Unique in the Creek ring board is about 16 inches. And it makes the perfect size for your door. Now, if you want to put this inside, it's a really nice piece to go inside. One lady that has bought it, she puts it in, she has a place in her kitchen that she puts it. I had one lady, she put it in her dining room. She said, oh my God, this is going to be perfect. My dining room is pink and green. So, you know, it is what it is. You can use it wherever you want. It's very dainty. It's very dainty and it's very pretty. And I just love it. I think, you know. Let's see if I've got any comments here. Doesn't look like it. If you want to say, hey, I would love to know who's on. I am so excited about going to London. You have no idea. I'm a little bit afraid. It's such a big show. But you know what? I haven't overcommitted myself. I'm only doing one sale this spring. I'm only doing one. And it's the week or two before April 5th and 6th. It's at the Forest Golf Course. And then I'm doing the London one. So I'm not overcommitting myself. I have a plan for what I want to make, because I thought if I don't have a plan, I'm very much a planning type person. I gotta know what I'm gonna do, and you know, it's for my commitment. If I say I'm gonna do something, then that's my commitment, right? But so they're looking really good. And my friends are going to be there. Kathleen, the gal who makes my cow heads, she's going to be there. She's the one that got me in, actually. She's been going for a few years, and she has a connection there. But she helped me out to get it. You know, she told me what to do and all that stuff. So she was a wonderful friend. And again, she does my cow heads. I'm going to be getting some cow heads from her. I don't have any left. I sold them all at Christmas time. But if you want to get a cow head, one of those Highland cow heads, just reach out to me and I'll pop you over her information. She is Catlin Creations, K-A-T capital L-I-N, Creations with the K. And she does the She does the Highland cows. She did the witch, the flamingo witch that I had. She does all of my, like, my peacock heads and legs, and I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing another flamingo. I have a gal that's interested, so I'm just going to get one started because I want to have one done. So I'll be doing a flamingo in the next week. Dave and I are heading over to Michigan. Hopefully, we were going to go yesterday, but our freaking weather here, the roads and everything, snow's blowing, and the traffic on the bridge has been really bad lately, like the lineups and everything to get across. We like to go first thing in the morning so that we're across and back home by noon, and the traffic tends to be a little bit less, you know. So again, if you've just joined, we're doing the pink and green whimsical wreath, and I'm just doing those petals. The petals are the same as the bubble petal that we put on the flamingo tummy. So if you've seen that or done a flamingo, you'll be familiar with this petal. You do a diamond, you bring the top corner down to the middle, the bottom corner up to the middle, and you make like a canoe. Well, that doesn't show up very good on that, does it? And then you bring the bottom corner up to the top corner, and then you pull them together. Now you want to try to make sure all your petals are the same. So I've got 2 marks here on my table under the glass that I just kind of directs me whereabouts to put the zip tie. Now when you go to put these petals on the ring board, which I've got the zip ties all on there ready to go, you're going to be probably I make them about this big so that I know that they'll cover, but once I start putting them on, like when you put them in, you might put your zip tie up here, like depending on where it has to be to look right on the board. So you're going to be doing some more cutting of the ends, but if you make them a little bit long, these are about 3 inches from the top of the petal to the zip tie. And so if you, you know, that way you know that they're going to cover. They're going to cover okay, and then I just keep kind of checking to make sure that I'm on the right track, which I seem to be. Oh, yesterday it was so cold. I thought, oh, I'm going to put a fire on in the fireplace. So we have an efficiency fireplace in our house. It's a firebox. My husband, before he had his stroke, he was very, like, he built our whole place. He bricked he did a dry stack on the stone on the front. So we had a local company come in and install it, and it is a firebox, but it looks like a fireplace, and it's all efficient. It draws in air from outside and all that stuff. Well, I put a fire on in the morning. Oh my God, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It was 80 degrees in our house. Now our place is a big one room with our bedroom, bathroom off of it, and we have a sun porch in the front, which I'm not heating right now. It's where my mom stays when she comes, and it's all finished and everything, but we just shut the door because we don't really need it. So it's about 1,000 square feet. It's all like a big cathedral ceiling and everything. It was so hot in there. I had to put my summer pajamas on, and about every hour I had to go stand outside and cool down. I didn't put any wood on it after 5 o'clock, and you know, that fan in that fireplace did not stop until about 11:30 last night. I could not believe it. The heat was still coming off of that inside there. It was amazing. Our furnace didn't run at all yesterday, not one bit. We have a mini split, so it's electric. It's like a heat pump, so very economical for where we are. We have propane, but it's only for our hot water. We have an on-demand hot water tank, and we have our barbecue is hooked direct to our big propane tank and our stove. We only get propane once a year, and it's like $250 or something like that. Now the delivery is about $150, and you know, we gotta pay for the tanks and everything, but it is a real economical way to heat our place. I see these people on our street that have propane, and the trucks coming to their house every month. So if they're paying that, you know, they're paying hydro, everything, we don't, like where we are up here, we have no natural gas, so we have to go with propane. But most people heat with like they'll have a propane fireplace or a propane furnace or whatever. But I'm telling you, I am so glad we were trying to decide which way to go. If we were going to go propane fireplace or if we were going to go wood. And our hydro goes off a lot here, like our power. Not as much as it used to. So we have a whole house generator as well that's on propane for its auxiliary fuel, of course. But we haven't really lost our power up here recently, so it's not too bad. But oh my God, these people up here, I see the propane truck come down every month. And we have like a little thing on our tank that tells them when our tank is getting below 30%. When it gets below 30%, they come and fill it up. And it's usually September. Now this year, it was November when they came. So our tank rental is due in September. So usually the tank rental and the propane and everything all comes at the same time. And yeah, Carol, I really like this too. But you know what? You got to use a fold on this material that is folded up because it frays like a, and there's nothing you can do about it. Because it has that white line that's in it that you know, the little marks is like a jute, so you can't wood burn it. And I suppose you could maybe try to seal it, but just to cut it is just, I use scissors. Because you all know I've told you the story about rotary cutters and Robin. I just cannot get those things to work for me. I bought 3 of them, different ones. You know, I watch people and I'm so jealous of how easy it looks for them to cut that freaking mesh or whatever. I just use my scissors because I just can't. It all jams up, the stuff all rolls up when I'm trying to do it, and somebody says, oh, just try this, do it this way. So I did that, and then of course it didn't work. I bought new blades. I thought, oh, maybe my blades are dull. What a waste of money. Oh, God. So I just use my old Fisker scissors, and it works just fine. I do have some Singer scissors that my mom bought me years ago, and I still have them. And I had just got them sharpened a while ago, but I'm very careful what I use them on because I don't want to wreck them. So we're getting hopefully near the end of the road here. I got a couple more things to do, and then we're done. I'm really sorry. When I did that invite, I actually originally did it for 3 o'clock, and I have no idea how come it went to 2 o'clock, but at least this way you're going to see how to do the fold. And again, this is the petal that I use for my flamingo, except I make it a lot smaller. It's a 10 by 10, so you waste a little bit of fabric on it, but the bubble petal is only about 2 inches for the flamingo tummy. But yeah, I had my first shipping thing. I sold one of those Valentine. Well, I sold all the Valentine ones that I've made. I've sold 2 hearts and I sold the round one. But the round one is going out. I think it's gone. I think I heard Perlator was here. I booked it on Monday, and my shipper, like, they told me that they couldn't book it. I got it confirmed that Perlator was going to be here, but my shipper couldn't book it, so I called them, and it took 2 days for them to get back to me, and they said, oh, sorry, we've got them booked to come today. So it went out today. So I would think probably, Elaine, if you're on, you'll be getting that on Friday, because she's an Ontario girl. It's not going international. When they go international, they tend to take about 4 days because, you know, the customs and everything. That big Mardi Gras one is going to the States. And I've ordered, and actually the 2 of them, I'm doing 2 of them with that. I've got a 24-inch Scotch pine left from Christmas. So that's what I use for my base. And I have one more left. So, and I've got lots of ribbon and stuff, so. And she wants the multicolored mask that I did not use on that one. So I'm good with the mask. So I'm good with everything. She wants it at the end of the month. So that's going to be perfect. And I have a box. So anyway, we're almost done here. I know I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can. And I'm sorry I'm not looking at my screen all the time, but the one thing about lives, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to sit and listen to somebody talk and not do anything. Like, it drives me absolutely crazy when I'm watching lives. I don't really watch a whole lot anymore. I go on, if I see something that I like and I'll go on Pinterest, I'll maybe go to their page and see if they've done it live. But just when I'm looking for something different, pretty much if I see the petal, I have an idea of what they've done. I've watched, I betcha, without a word of a lie, in the 4 or 5 years that I've been doing this, I've watched over 1,000 of them. I used to just sit and watch. I watched Game and Oats by the hour, and I still could watch him by the hour. I love his process and how he does stuff. I love his designs. Jace at Total Decor, I think is the name of his place. He does a lot of grapevine stuff and moss wreaths, but I love how he uses the floral foam on his grapevines where his bow and that is to build that out, and I have started doing that in my technique and have had such a response from customers about how unique they look. And it's all Jace. I would love to meet him sometime. It's just amazing. If you haven't caught him on video, you should try to find him. But it's Total Decor. I'm sure that's the name of it. He's from like down in New Orleans area, Louisiana somewhere. And Damon, of course, is in just outside of New Orleans. He's building a great big new warehouse, him and Parker. It's going to be beautiful. I want to go down to, I would love to go down and to New Orleans and go to Deco Exchange. I would love to go and see it. I know it's not a retail store. I would call before and arrange it to see if it's a possibility, but I just have learned so much from him. My bow making, he is 100% the guy that I followed for bow making. I don't know if you guys follow him or not, but if you go on YouTube, his bow making is just unbelievable. How to put ribbons together, and I did take a couple of his courses. I did the creative coaching with him, and my last roll. Did the creative coaching with him, and he is just so amazing. It's just so expensive to get stuff shipped here. I get it shipped to Port Huron at my SCC, but even so, now if you buy so much, you get it for free. But my main place I buy from pretty much is Craft Outlet. So I'm putting an order together for them right now. Like, I'm getting more of that the greener that I'm using in this. I'm getting some more of that from them. And yeah, absolutely, Carol. Monkey does great bows. And my big bows often are like fashioned the way that she does them. I bet you I've watched 100 of her videos. Well, the witch that I do, Monkey did that witch. Now, it was done a little bit differently. She did it with tulle. And she made it like the skirt was like a tutu. And she bought those tutus from somebody. She had the name on the thing at the time. But that witch is one of creation that I saw Monkey do. Also, the little scarecrow girl with the straw hat. And again, those are all made on the large board. I saw Monkey do that one as well. Was there something at Christmas time? I think she might have done the gnome, like on the triangle board. The Christmas tree on the triangle board was from Monkey. It's just Damon, like the technique he uses is a little different. I don't know. They're just a little bit different. I mean, everybody's a little bit different. Eh? You can watch 100 people, but yeah, Monkey's great. Well, Monkey's the one that I got this petal idea from. That's who it was her. She was doing a pansy, and she was doing using 21-inch fabric, which I don't use 21. Like, I have a little bit here in a box somewhere, but I don't typically use it. But she was using 21-inch fabric, and she was making a pansy, and I thought, oh, I'm going to watch that, because she did make the poppy flower too out of the red poly burlap, or the red fabric mesh. But I had the poppy chairman of the world call me and tell me that I had to remove all my poppy pictures off of my Facebook page because I was in direct violation of a copyright or trademark or something, because the Legion in Canada is, well, the Legion is the only place that can make money off of poppy. So I don't make the poppy flower anymore. I don't want to get fined and lose my house and whatever. So, but I did get that. She did do that tutorial as well for the poppy. But the pansy flower is the one that I got this idea from. When I saw it, I thought that would work on any mesh that frays really easily. So it's just something to think about, right? I'm almost done, guys. I've only got 2 more to make, and then we're done, and we can get the show on the road. Oh my God. I typically don't do this, but I got sidetracked. And I had originally thought that I'd booked this for 3 o'clock, not 2 o'clock, and technology is not my friend. I struggle every day with it. I want to start doing these on YouTube. I gotta get myself a laptop that I can do editing on. I gotta learn how to do editing. Because to go live on YouTube is very difficult because of the quality of the, like, I tried to do one once and I did get some views on it, but it just, the quality of the video was not there. I'm just using my Samsung 24X, or 24 Plus, which has a beautiful camera. I love it. But for some reason on YouTube, it didn't work. So I want to have my laptop here because my daughter and her boyfriend are coming home this summer. And Pierre, they live in France. And Pierre is, he does editing. So if I have my computer here, if I have my laptop and everything all set up, I'm hoping that when he's here that he will give me some lessons on editing. And because all I need to do, I don't need anything fancy. I'm not going to be doing, like, music and and all that stuff. All I want to do is just be able to do something like this on a video and cut stuff out, and you don't need to watch somebody for 3 hours do, something. So, okay. Those are all done. Now, we finally get to put this puppy together. Now, it doesn't take long because once you get all your things together, so I've got my things loaded so you can see that I have a zip tie in the outside ring to the center and then the center to the outside. So you're using that middle, the middle one with both sides, okay? And then you're going to find your top, which I've got my ring in the top. So we're going to start. Now the outside is the green. So now, if you want to do it all one color, it would look beautiful. So whatever you want to do, whatever material you want to use, you're going to need 16 for the outside, 16 for the inside. They're 10 by 10 cut, and so here we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your little guy, and you're going to stick it in the here, I'll just show you here. You're going to put it in the outside ones. You want to go this way, and then you're going to put the pink on the inside. And the pink you want to go to the inside. And then they all just lay on top of one another as you go around. So I'm just going to cut these off. Now, I'm going to move my camera up and point it down so you can watch me go around, okay? And then that way it'll be a little bit easier for you. So just, we're going to be bumping here a little bit. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to start with the green. This is my hanging one. So we're going to you can go around all you want on the green and then all the pink, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. So you can see how they lay over top of one another. I just love this. I just love it, love it, love it. I think it is the prettiest freaking wreath that I make. One of the prettiest ones. So the nice thing is you can make sure that your edge of your board is being covered. See, I am a little bit longer than where my zip tie is. That's the nice thing. You've got enough fabric there to do it. Dun, 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 dun. And just go around. Now, sometimes when I do wreaths, I don't do the petals all at once. But on this particular one, I like to have the petals all done as I go, so that I can just make all the petals and then it's just easier. But I have done this all pink and it looks beautiful. So it's whatever you want to do. And as you can see on the back, this is what the back's going to look like. So it's so neat. Whoops. That happens sometimes. These are really thin zip ties, so they sometimes break when you pull them. I don't know what I'm going to make for supper tonight. I'm going to have to start thinking about it. It's nice working out here because I don't have to worry about cleaning up when I'm done. So you can see it's filling in really nice. Sorry guys, I'll get back here. You're looking at my ceiling. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry, my camera did something goofy there. Just keep going around. Yeah, something else I probably have to invest in this year is a camera for videoing and stuff. What happened here? Here we go. So you just point the green one out and the pink one in, and they all just kind of lay over one another because the ends are big enough. And when you're putting it on, you're just being real careful to make sure that you're covered on the edge here and that you're covered on the edge there. And they look really nice. This fabric is really nice, so because the bubbles, like the little bubbles, really stand up nice. There's with the jute in the fabric, it makes it thick, and like you will never have to worry about this crushing. When you put it away when you're finished with it, hang it, put it in a plastic bag, wipe it off, put it in a plastic bag, and just don't smush it in your closet, and this will last you forever. Getting close to the end. So again, making sure that our edges are covered. You always have to kind of be careful too, because the zip ties don't always click. Even if you have them on the right way, sometimes they just, you know, so just every now and then just double check and make sure that when you do them up that they're stuck, you know, they've clicked in. Oh yeah, that looks good. If I do say so myself. I love it. I love this wreath. I love this style. I love the colors. I made this wreath for the Lambton County mentally handicapped. They were having a ball, and they were having a silent auction. And I made one, and there were 2 people bidding on it that wanted it. And I made it in memory of my girlfriend's sister. She loved pink. So I thought, what a perfect wreath to make for her. And it was the one I did with the pink, dark pink, or not dark pink, but my, it was a really pretty pink. deco mesh, and I made it all one color, and it went for $600. I couldn't believe it. It ended up being a $600. I raised $600 for the thing. I couldn't believe it. It was so amazing. A great cause, and they made lots of money off of it. Okay, so we are down to the last two. So when you're doing the last ones, basically it's no different than the other ones. You just lift up your petals and you put them in. And then this one, this way. So there we go. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Here is the, here's the top, right here. Okay, so now what we're going to do, you can do a couple of things. Now, you can do a couple of things. This one, the edge is filled in really good. The reason that on the picture that I had a little bit of green around the edge was because I didn't make my green ones big enough. And unfortunately, you could see the board in a couple of spots when I hung it up, and I thought, oh God, that doesn't look good. But this one is good. So I am only going to put, I gotta find the top here. What I usually do is where the top is stick a I stick it up like this so that when I have it down, I can see it, and I know that that's the thing. So here's our and this is the bush that I use for the around the around the edge if I need to put something. And I just bought this at Dollarama. It's just, and I just cut it all apart and use it. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to my glue gun, my trusty glue gun. I can unplug my phone because it's charged up. Okay. So we're going to first get our hydrangea. And I usually cut it a little bit long because I like to zip tie my flowers to the board. I don't like to glue them, the big flowers, because unfortunately sometimes they come undone. And when they're so big, so I'm going to take, I want this one. Now this is going to be your own personal style of what you want to use, but this is the one that I like to use for the center. And what I'll do is I'll just these are just like little personality things. I kind of did this one in a hurry. this kind of gives it the whimsicalness, right? Back there. And these, as I said, are still available on Craft Outlet. It's called a fern something. So usually what happens is I pull this down. And I do have some extra pieces from when I did this originally. Let's just pull this down here. So we just kind of figure out where those are going to go. There's my top there. There's my... a little bit. That flower is really big. These are not the normal ones that I use. I had these given to me. And I always take hydrangeas because these work perfect as centers in my spring wreaths as well. The hydrangea flower is the perfect size for an 8-inch wreath form. So if you're using those, if you've got some and you want to make a really pretty spring flower, just use a hydrangea for your center. So now, well, I got that zip tied to the hydrangea. So now I just got to find where my holes are. There's one right there. There's the top. Perfect. We just stick that in there. No glue, guys. We don't use glue because we don't want it to fall apart. Sometimes you have to. Like that Mardi Gras one, I had to glue in a couple of those the little balls at the end because they were just too small. I couldn't. Oh, my fingers don't want to work. Get up there. There we go. Okay. I'll get my top. I use the center line of the table to kind of, and then my bow's going to go right underneath it. So. Tighten it up because I tightened it pretty good. I usually put 2 in just because I don't know if one breaks. Go. Oh dear. So there is the greenery and the hydrangeas on there. So we're going to put the bow now. Now I think what I'm going to do, let's throw a wrench into my, this green, this sage green check is exactly the same color as the green on this. I bought this to go along with it too. And I got it at Craft Outlet, And it is item Q as in cute queen, 821308-08. And I'm going to put this together because I think we need to break up the pink on this. I don't have as much greenery on this wreath as I have put on some of the other ones that I've made. And I think the green will just make it pop a little bit better. Okay, so now I have to find my bow maker. I'm putting more stress on myself in this live because I didn't get it out ready to go, and I used it. And what did I do with it? Oh, Robin, what did you do with it? Oh, okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okay. And I got my chenilles and all that. Okay, so I'm gonna go about 8 inches for our tail. And I'm doing these loops about 4.5 inches. I don't like it's not a big wreath, so you don't need a great big bow. Actually, I'm going to do them around 4. So, and I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do 3 loops of the green because this is only 1.5 inch. So it'll give a good cover. This is really nice ribbon. I bought many rolls of this when I bought it last year, so I have a lot left over. And I'm pretty sure it's still available on at Craft Outlet. And for you girls who are from Canada and you don't have a way to get to the U.S. to get your ribbon, if you contact Luann Fox at Lady Fox, she will be able to get it for you. Because to have Craft Outlet shipped to you here is crazy. And Luann can get it for you. Okay, so there's our green. So let's put some pink with it. And let's get this beautiful wreath finished. Then I gotta go in and give my hubby some supper. Lunch, supper, whatever. We only eat twice a day, so we eat our breakfast later. Okay. So again, about the same length. And I am going to do 3 on these as well. Just a little bit shorter, so maybe 3 3/4. Just a hair shorter than the green one. And I'm going to do 3 as well. I think what I'm going to do, I'll do 3. And I'm just going to do my loop on the top with this. Let's see how this looks. Really tight twists. we are going to pop these through. Through the same hole. Tails cut. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so here's our top. So here we go. Of course, these need to be a little bit, need to fix those up a little bit, but there's the wreath. Isn't that pretty? I mean, this could be you know, I'm talking Mother's Day. This is the most beautiful thing, and your mom would love it. You have like a friend that's in a nursing home that's really special. This would be such a beautiful thing. It doesn't take up a lot of space, guys. It could fit between 2 doors easily. So if you have a friend that has a screen door and they struggle with finding something beautiful to put on it, this will fit. It's only about 4 inches. It's the depth of the flower, because these are pretty much flat on this side. So it's just to cover the depth of the flower. But I love this wreath. And I you know, if you guys decide to try to make one, again, I'm going to be getting my affiliate with Unique in the Creek, and I'll be sharing it with you guys. So if you want to buy the board through the affiliate, and even the mesh, she has a lot. I don't think she has this mesh, but if you want the horizontal wide strip, you can get it from her as well. So I'll send you the link to her page with my affiliate link, so you can go in and take a look and shop. But this is my Whimsical pink and green, and I love it. Thank you for watching. Please share this video with your friends, any that are wreath makers. You know, share it with them. I'm about a little over 100 away from 15.